guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today, you know what guys? It has been a long time since I've updated my legendary card ranking video. It's been about 6 months and a lot has changed inside Clash Royale. So I figured what better time to re-rank the legendary cards, and I can't wait to hear from you guys. Which was my biggest snub card, a card that should have been ranked higher, and which card maybe did I overrate on my ranking. So let's get to the top 15, starting with number 15, and it is Sparky. Poor Sparky. She is back in the last spot, and it seems like she's always at the bottom of my legendary card rankings. They've added Zappies, E-Wiz, and now the Electro Dragon, more cards that reset her charge. When you add insult to injury, not only is the E-Dragon everywhere, but now lightning is everywhere too to counter the E-Drag, thus providing another big spell counter for the Sparky. That's why Sparky makes my list at number 15, and to be honest with you, I feel like Sparky needs more than just a buff. I feel like she needs a rework. In my opinion, she needs a quicker charging time, so a faster firing rate, and maybe doing significantly less damage. Right now, it's just so easy to counter Sparky, especially again with the introduction of the Electro Dragon. That's why Sparky makes number 15 on the list. At number 14, we have the Magic Archer. Magic Archer, he went from top 5 all the way to second worst legendary card, and again, I don't think the Magic Archer is useless. I think it's a really strong card. I think he's versatile and interesting and unique and can provide fireball and big spell bait. However, that said, the nerf to his change target time has been really dramatic. I feel like personally Supercell went a little bit overboard on the nerf to the Magic Archer, widely considered a high skill cap card, even though if you talk to pros, they'll say it's not really that difficult to use. Either way you look at it, Magic Archer did take a quite significant hit. That's why Magic Archer comes in at number 14 on the list. Number 13 on the list is Night Witch. Night Witch is a really good card, although her use is really limited to beatdown decks. You seldom see Night Witch used in anything other than Golem decks. And even in Golem decks, she's starting to be replaced here and there by the Ice Wizard Tornado combination. So Night Witch, although it's a strong card in a vacuum, her usage rate continues to kind of decline and decline every single meta to the lowest it's been in quite a while right now. That's why Night Witch comes in at number 13 on the list. Number 12 on our list is going to be the Log. Another card that was previously top 3 on the list is all the way down to number 12. Now maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic with the decline in rank on the Log, but it's really just testament to the power of the Barbarian Barrel. Barbarian Barrel is everywhere since they continue to buff and buff and buff the Bar Barrel until it's actually meta, and the Bar Barrel and the Log are so similar by nature that if one is really good, it just pushes the other aside because it's just a two spell option. And the Log is a little bit more difficult to level up versus the Barbarian Barrel. That's why the Log has taken a hit, even though again, in a vacuum, the Log is an amazing card. It's a great card, and it could be one of the best spells in the game. But right now, Barbarian Barrel is everywhere, and Barbarian Barrel is preferable in most decks to the Log. That's why the Log ranks in at number 12 on our list. Number 11, another top 5 legendary card on our previous rankings, the Inferno Dragon. And really, this is all about, again, the E-Wiz and Lightning popularity in the game. More E-Wiz, an air card that counters the Inferno Dragon, and more Lightning going around has really brought down the Inferno Dragon. I think it's as easy as that in terms of an explanation. I don't have to go into any more detail. The Inferno Dragon is still, again, a very good card. Hate to sound repetitive here, but in this meta right now with the Lightning, E-Dragon, E-Wiz all being very popular, I'd have to take it down to number 11 on our list. Number 10 is going to be the Princess. Princess, another, I feel like I'm gonna say this every single card, so I'm gonna stop saying it right now. But Princess is a good card. However, bait right now isn't in the best spot it's ever been. It seems like decks running NATO and Log and Barbarian Barrel all together, well, maybe not Log and Barbarian Barrel, but basically every deck right now seems to have at least 2 cards that do pretty well against Goblin Barrel, and Goblin Barrel is synonymous with Princess in terms of the deck archetype. So I think that Princess right now, we're seeing her use rate steadily decline. Again, a really unique, interesting, and compelling card. I don't think she needs a buff. I just think it's a bad time right now in the meta for Princess. That's why she comes in at number 10. Let's go ahead and check out number 9 on the list. Number 9 is Lava Hound. Lava Hound is not in a bad spot in the meta, but she's not in a good spot either. The E-Drag actually helps out the Lava Hound. Notice another theme here, guys. E-Drag coming into play in a lot of these rankings because the card is so dominant right now, especially at tournament level standard. Now, Lava Hound is still good on ladder and is pretty versatile in challenges, and we're seeing a lot of minor Lava Hound decks, not so much Lava Loon like we're used to seeing in previous metas. So Lava Hound is a solid card. That's why I kind of ranked her right in the middle of this list, and I'm going to go ahead and say she doesn't need a buff, she doesn't need a nerf. I think things are all right with the Lava Hound, even though I'm sure if I ran a poll, most of you might say that she needs a little bit of a buff. I think it's just not her best time in the meta, similar to Bait. I do think that Lava Loon and Lava Hound meta will continue to rise in the future in future metas. That's why Lava Hound comes in at number 9. Let's check out number 8 on the list. Coming in at number 8 on the list is Mega Knight. Mega Knight used to be a bottom 3 legendary card. Now the Mega Knight is a beast. He jumped back into the arena, forgive the cheesy pun, but it's true. His very, very slight buff to the Mega Knight just made him a lot more versatile, especially getting that last final blow off against swarm units or against kind of squishy mid-tier support cards. Mega Knight is back in the meta, but we're still tempering our expectations of the Mega Knight. That's why we have him ranked dead in the middle here at number 8 on our list. He's not dominant, and maybe one could argue he might need a little bit more of a buff to be really truly tier A meta viable in the game, but either way, he's certainly way better than he used to be, and we're seeing him used in way more decks. That's why Mega Knight comes in at number 8 on the list. Number 7 is going to be E-Wiz. E-Wiz has always been in the top half of our ranks on the legendary rank videos. However, I feel like he's really well positioned and really well balanced right now. Certainly one of the best support cards in the entire game. And oddly enough, with the introduction of the Electro Dragon, it didn't take any space away from the E-Wiz in the meta. We're still seeing a bunch of E-Wiz P.E.K.K.A decks, E-Wiz minor decks, and E-Wiz in a variety of different archetypes as a really good support card. I think E-Wiz is a great investment all the time in terms of cards that you want to focus on upgrading. He fits into a bunch of different decks as we talked about, and he's always been viable since the day he was introduced to the game. That's why E-Wiz, the consistent wizard, is going to be at number 7 on our list. Coming in at number 6 is going to be another win condition. It's the Graveyard. Graveyard in the last 2 metas or so has finally had an opportunity to shine again since the RNG rework, about 6 months ago now. So the Graveyard is really, really good, and gone are the days that if your opponent had a poison and you were a Graveyard user, you were screwed. That was it. Game over. It's not like that anymore. Graveyard decks have been able to adapt, and Graveyard players have had a ton of success baiting out those poisons or just stacking up troops at the bridge, forcing that poison out of the opponent and then punishing with the Graveyard. Also, Barbarian Barrel has been great for Graveyard. It's a perfect spell to combo with the Graveyard for a 7 elixir push. You can sometimes take down a tower. That's why Graveyard is looking good at number 6 on our list. Let's move into the top 5. Top 5 could really go in any order, guys. These cards are amazing, and number 5 is going to be the Bandit. A 3 elixir threat, so strong. I am a little bit, I don't know, I didn't expect the E-Drag to be able to stop the Bandit mid-charge. I thought that no card was supposed to do that. Currently, E-Drag is the only card, but I hear that's not a bug, that's by design. So anyway, we'll rank her at number 5, but I think she's incredibly powerful. That dash can be so deceptive. She hits and makes contact with those princess towers on a regular occurrence. She's a really strong card for only 3 elixir. I love the Bandit. I love the unique ability of the Bandit dash. That's why she comes in at number 5 on our list here. Let's move into the top 4. Number 4, we have the recently buffed again Ice Wizard. Ice Wizard, another card that we're used to seeing down at the bottom of the list, but Ice Wiz is a really solid card. I can't believe they buffed him again, albeit the buff was pretty minor, only really affected the last hit of the Ice Wizard, or before he retargets onto the next unit, a little bit of an increase on his last shot on the freeze duration. With that said, it's really the combo of the Tornado in the Ice Wiz that has found a home in almost every archetype. Even Golem Beatdown lately is running Ice Wizard, along with Graveyard and Control and Minor decks and Cycle decks. Ice Wiz just seems to be everywhere because he is a powerhouse defensively. He's a key component in that 3-card synergy that we're seeing still incredibly meta in the game. The Tombstone, the NATO, and the Ice Wizard. Despite the nerf to the Tombstone, we're still seeing that combination dominate. Even in Hog decks, Ice Wiz is so key defensively again, and he makes for a pretty decent counter push with that AoE ice ability. That's why Ice Wiz makes number 4 on our list. Let's move into the top 3. Top 3, number 3, arguably could be number 1 despite the nerf after nerf after nerf from Supercell. What do you got against the Royal Ghost, Supercell? I kid. He probably deserved all those nerfs because despite those nerfs, and I know a lot of you guys don't agree based on my previous legendary ranking videos that the Royal Ghost belongs this high on the list. I stand by my opinions on Royal Ghost. He is one of the best, most interesting cards ever added to the game in my opinion. The unique invisibility just makes the card a rock star. He can often get to the tower, and each one of his swings packs a pretty heavy punch. Not only that, but he has splash damage. He is great against goblin gangs and goblins and whatever ground swarm is coming your way. He also has a decent amount of hit points, all packaged together for 3 elixir. Are you kidding me? Royal Ghost probably deserves to be number 2 or 1, but I'm going to slot him in here at number 3 after his recent pretty significant 9% health nerf. Let's move on to the top 2, guys. I don't know if anybody saw this one coming, but I'm a firm believer that this card might be, well, is, I guess, underrated, and that is the Lumberjack. Lumberjack is a beast. He swings so unbelievably fast. He can be deceptive in the amount of damage, even at half health, that he can do to a Princess Tower. The Lumberjack synergizes so well with 3 Musketeers, with Golem decks, with Balloon Cycle decks. The Lumberjack does incredibly well against Royal Giant, which is everywhere, and even with Royal Giant, he does well. He does well in 2v2. He does well in 1v1. He's a very versatile card. He has the rage. He has a ton of damage that he puts out. Lumberjack certainly belongs at the top of this list. That's why I rank him at number 2. Now that only leaves 1 card, guys, and it's gonna be our old familiar friend, the Miner. Miner is such a good card, and I hate to be redundant because I've had him probably ranked number 1 on all my legendary ranking videos. Although a lot has changed on this list, the Miner certainly isn't one of them. Just think about the versatility of the Miner, and I said this in a recent video, but it bears repeating that I think Supercell ought to add more cards like the Miner that break rules that currently govern the game. The Miner could be placed anywhere inside the entire arena when it was introduced to the game, and I really love that new game-breaking unique ability of the card. Think about it, guys. Miner fits into 3 Musketeer decks. It fits into win condition on itself. It's the only win condition in some decks. Miner Cycle, Miner Control, Miner Giant, Miner 3 Muskie, Miner Lava Hound, Miner everything. Miner is everywhere. I think that Miner is an awesome card. I don't think he needs a nerf. I think he's well balanced, but just a staple of the game. He is a unique card. Again, I want to see more cards like him added to the game. What do you guys think? Does Miner belong at number 1 on my list here? What cards should I have ranked higher? Which cards should I have ranked lower? Let me know in the comments below. I love to hear your opinions on these list videos, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out his information below. And if you want to see any of these cards' win rates or any of the stats on ladder or tournaments or at grand challenges and classic challenges, check them out on statsroyale.com, a proud partner here on the channel. That link will also be the card popularity, that is, and win rates will be in the description below. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.